What's up, SNA Assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video. And this is the NXT Stand and Deliver review video for you all today. And I'm going to tell you what exactly went down onto the NXT version of the Showcase of the Immortals, also known as WrestleMania. And I almost got probably the whole card right, except for probably two matches. One in the start and the finish, I guess you could say. And I even got the ones that were perfectly executed like I was, but one of them in particular happened to be more shocking than how I predicted it this past Tuesday. And also we got some we got a couple of new champions, if I'm mistaken. Yeah, a couple of new it's well, definitely the women's what's called North American Championship. Yeah, we got that was a guarantee. But yeah, and we also got some pretty, I'll say, entertaining, solid matches. On the card that deserve to be on the night or on the day like this, since it's the afternoon, just hours away before night one's WrestleMania. I cannot hardly wait for that. I'm gonna be talking about this, talking about everything that went down. And yeah, it's gonna be so exciting, and I cannot hardly wait. I cannot wait for what's to come on the night one WrestleMania, and also not night two as well. Once it's tomorrow night. But yeah, let's get started. And before we begin, I want to tell you to like this video, hit the subscribe and post notification bell for more of SNA's videos, and subscribe onto his other channel at SNA Entertainment. Yeah, now happy early Easter to you Assassinators, and happy WrestleMania as well. I guess you could say we add that as well, since they're all both in the same weekend. And now let's get on to the first match, which was the Meta Girl with the four-way eliminator match, four-way women's tag team eliminator match. Winner gets a shot this coming Tuesday for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship, which started to be more confusing. I heard it was first I thought it was gonna be a match at WrestleMania, between Lyra Valkyria and Bayley against and Liv and Raquel. And then secondly, I heard somebody said it's gonna be for the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship. I should have made sure it was confirmed, what exactly the specifics are. But it's this coming Tuesday. The winner gets to get an opportunity. Whoever wins on Sunday at WrestleMania. But that's where we got things started with Gigi Dolan and Lash Legend in the match, which it was, the Meta Girls, Lash Legend and Jakar Jackson, Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley, Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade, and Fatal Influences, what's their name? Fallon Henley and JC Jane, which surprisingly they did not fall out. Well, at least maybe not yet. But this is where we got the Meta Girls did a double team onto the former Toxic Attraction member. This is where we got Jakar Jackson going for a cover, but this is where we got what's her name? Gigi Dolan going for a kick out. This is where she ends up getting punched left, right, left by the Meta Girl. This is where then we got Miss Jackson then goes for a knife-edge chop. This is where then and over double under suplex. This is where she was not sorry. This is where then she tried to go for a splash. But this is where we got Gigi Dolan hit a kick right in the face and elbowed the Fatal Influences. This is where then we got Gigi Dolan tags in Roxanne Perez, or with no Cora Jade actually. Cora to try to go for a surprise roll, only for Jakar Jackson to kick out of it. This is where she kicks out of it. This is where we got an elbow. And where we got a Shining Wizard knee strike. Right, what's her name? By Cora Jade. This is where she tried to go over the top corner slide. This is where she put from there to send her right into the what they call it, in the bottom corner slide. This is where then we got a back elbow. This is where then she goes for a pin, only for what's her name? She tried to go for a pin, but she gets only a 2.7. This is where we got Cora Jade tried to go for a wheelbarrow up, only for them to get stopped by the meddling Dog Girl and the Bougie Bully, with Lash Legend tried to go for a pump kick. This is where Tatum Paxley ducks out of it. Then she gets picked up though. This is where then she gets hit right into the upper right corner turnbuckle. This is where we got. This is where then she tried to. This is where what's her name? Tatum Paxley tried to go for sliding Hurricane Rana, only for Lash Legend to try to go for a power bomb. But this is where we got Jakar Jackson catches her with a pop-up power bomb. After she tossed him right in midair, this is where she tried to go for a pin, only for Gigi Dolan to come for the save and stop. This is where we got the Fatal Influences Fallon Henley and JC James are coming in to try to go at it with all the girls in the ring, except for Tatum Paxley. For some reason that she wants to stay ringside. And amazingly, we also got what's her name? Shotzi was in the back in the ringside area, just like how Jasmine Nix was. This is where the referee would not let them fight, and this is where they start trying to be the peacemaker. This is where the fans are. That's a load of bull sugar honey iced tea. Let them fight, and this is where they repeatedly say that, let them fight. But this is where they went their separate ways and went back to their posts, but until they shocked the referee and they started going at it, we started brawling with one another, sending each other on the outside. But Roxanne Perez was the last one in the ring, which was she tried to go for suicide dive, only for Lash Legend to drag her out of the ring, hit her with the symbols of steel steps, trying to the upper left side. But this is where we got the Fatal Influence. Then got the Bougie Bully down until Gigi Dolan hit a cannonball right on to everybody once they finally all got back up. But this is where Cora Jade's like, you think you're the high-risk performer like that, of course, that looked, and then she did a swanton right on to everybody. This is where Corey Graves described it as such, and I was like, this could be a sign that we could see the charismatic Enigma at full time back in WWE, perhaps, maybe for one more run, because he did say he wants to have one more WWE run before he calls it a career. But this is where we got what's her name? This is where we got the legal women that were in the ring. It was Jakar Jackson and JC Jane, which we got Jakar Jackson hit a sling blade right on to JC. This is where then we got what's her name? Last week to pick her up into a wheelbarrow, only for Jasmine Nix to come in and save her her best friend JC. And that's part of the. And this is all perfectly legal because it's even in tag team 4-way matches, that's still no disqualification stipulation these days from the last 15 years. But yeah, but it's just like the solo version of Fatal 4-Way, but this is a tag team version, however. This is where we knew we got an elimination by JC Jane with a wheelbarrow roll up on the Lash Legend until she went right to she kicks out of it. She runs in the right corner slide. It's where she gets tagged in when Lash Legend did not expect it her to be so by Fallon Henley. That's where she gets hurt around while Fallon Henley goes for with an arm dragon running bulldog, wheelbarrow running ball to be exact. That's where we got JC James going to go for a pin, only for Lash Legend to get a kick out at 2.3. This is where Gigi Dolan go for a middle drop kick. Then she tried to go for a cover. This is where she got 1 and 2, but only a 2.1. This is where she tags in what's her name? Tatum Paxley. This is where she gets her elbow drop right onto Lash Legend. This is where she go for a pin. This is where we got when she went right to the bottom left side. Roxanne ends up tagging herself in. This is where she started going for a kick into the face onto Lash Legend. This is where we got Roxanne Perez you think you're really all hot stuff, don't you? And this is where then we got what's her name, Jakar Jackson, trying to move and dodge and avoid Roxanne Perez when she was trying to attempt to go for a right hand attack. But this is where she ends up getting caught by Cora Jade when she was trying to avoid it. She gets in with a double underhook DDT, looks similar to Mick Foley's, by the way, which I'll probably forever say. But this is where we got Lash Legend picks up Roxanne Perez into a chokeslam position, turned into a powerbomb. But this is where Roxanne Perez turned into a pop rockster, an easy count for a 1, 2, 3, immediately eliminating the meta girls in the process. This is where we got. This is where we got JC Jane nearly hit Roxanne with a surprise roll-up, but only she got countered to kick out. She got back in the offense, tagged in Cora Jade. This is where she started hitting some plenty of maneuvers, even a double springboard foot stomp right onto the back of what's her name of JC. This is where the Cora tags in Roxanne. This is where she steps on the midsection. This is where we got Roxanne hit a sideways moonsault. This is where then we got her trying to go for a cover, only for her to get a 2.5 count, like a generic quarterback would call on the play. But that's something that we haven't heard if somebody gets a count of, not even the other company lately, in weeks. But this is where then we got Cora and Roxanne trying to go for a double suplex, only for only for JC get saved by her partner, by Fallon Henley, the same girl that she always gets in arguments with. This is where she super kick her right in the midsection. Cora Jade hit her with a right hand. This is where we got Cora to try to go for a double hundred DDT, only for JC to go for a super kick right to the jaw, then hit the swinging neck breaker onto the former women's tag team champion of NXT. Then we got both women were down. This is where we got Then we got Foul and Henley. Then hits a what they call a face buster thingamajiggy maneuver. I forget the name of it. But it's where we got. But it's where we got JC Jane. I mean, not, yeah, Gigi. No, it was actually Gigi. And this is where we got somehow like Cora Jade did not know who was coming right behind her, like that immediately tagged themselves in the match, like from Fatal Influence. It was Gigi Dolan, like that came in and hit the most devastating move in all of pro wrestling, and that was a surprise roll up. And to make sure that she was not going to kick out, Tatum Paxley went right on top of her and pinned her and did like a bridge flip like into her legs, like standing on the other side of her torso, like go for the pin for a 1, 2, 3. And they immediately eliminated Cora Jade and Roxanne Amber. This was Cora Jade's like, oh, you cannot be kidding, you cannot be serious right now. And yeah, they were absolutely serious. They immediately got eliminated. Secondly, just like if it's some kind of a pattern of elimination, well, the first half that is, of course, because considering Roxanne Perez eliminated Lash Legend of the Meta Girls out of the match, along with Jakar Jackson, of course, and a little assistants were bestie Cora. But something just tells me these girls will no longer be best friends for probably the third time, with them splitting as besties, like probably for the third time in their careers in NXT. But it's where we got the Fatal Influence, JC Jane and Fallon Henley start attacking the team of what's her name, Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley. It's where then and when they got down onto their respective corners, like into the bottom turnbuckle, that is, with Gigi Dolan in the bottom, I mean, in the upper left side in the bottom turnbuckle, and at the bottom right side, bottom turnbuckle, we got, and diagonally was Tatum Paxley, which we got JC Jane gets thrown by Fallon Henley with a cannonball, while what's her name? Fallon Henley tried to go for a running hip attack, only for Tatum Paxley to dodge out of the way. Is where then she hits a spinning wheel kick to JC, and then she trips over what's her name? Trips over Miss Henley with kind of making her lose her balance in the way. This is where we got. This is where then they try to do the modified gory lock or whatever, like in the freaky position. That's what Vic Joseph described it. This is where they're trying to make her submit. This is where they thought they were gonna have her submitted. Only for JC Jane comes and saves the day, hits a super kick onto Tatum, and then. And this is where we got she tried to do the same pump kick right into Gigi Dolan. But this is where she grabbed onto her former Toxic Attraction tag partner, bends her over, hit a double chop right into her back. This is where then Gigi Dolan, now you're next, Foul. And this is where Fallon hits her elbow right into her face, then slapped her across her face. This is where then she tried to go for like a pump handle suplex majiggy, back suplex majiggy, whatever you want to call it. This is where she sent her right to the bottom right side. This is where then started some chops right into her chest. This is where she tags in Fatal Influences, JC Jane. This is where we got two of these women then try to go for a double suplex onto what's her name? Gigi Dolan, which they successfully executed it. But this is where we got. But it's where we got Gigi then ends up tagging Tatum Paxley, which she was just on a rampage onto these women. Well, before I get to, I also want to point out that they knocked out Tatum Paxley at first. Then we got what's her name, hit a springboard rolling flip. What's that called? Well, what's that blockbuster neck breaker? Kind of looks similar to how your boy SNA does it on 2K24, WWE 2K24 to be exact. But it's where we got JC Jane to follow up with a pump knee strike. This is where this ended up not being a 3 count, even though this could have been, like, if it wasn't for a meddling doll woman coming in, like, to save the day, which was, of course, Tatum Paxley. But this is where we got. This is where JC Jane tried to pick up her former teammate, try to get the insecure kick, but this is where she ends up not getting this maneuver. The Gigi. This is where she ends up going to a singular version of it, however, sending Gigi Dolan right into the upper left side. But this is where the fans start chanting, "Let's go, Gigi!" Clap, 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 clap. Let's go, Gigi. This is where we got Gigi Dolan go for a wheelbarrow roll up, only for Jasmine Nix to have Jasmine Nix come in there and try to help out her best friend from taking the pinfall count. This is where then it was a perfect distraction, like because once the referee got back to her, this is where we got Fallon Henley then flips the script over, like and have Gigi Dolan be the one. I mean, not Gigi. I mean, JC Jane is the one pinning, while Gigi Dolan's the one taking the pinfall. But I'll tell you the one thing that the Fatal Influence totally forget is like that. This is a no DQ match, or unless they're trying to be a perfect distraction, so they can so make sure that Gigi don't regardlessly get the 3 count. This is where like JC Jane's gonna help get the win and screw out Tatum and Gigi, only for them to only for Gigi Doe to get a kick out at the last second of 2.9. This is where we got Tatum Paxley throws Fallon Henley right to the upper left corner's barricade. Then this is where Gigi Doe came back, made a comeback, hits a super kick onto JC Jane after ducking out for clothesline. This is where then she tags in Tatum Paxley. This is where they hit their cemetery driver, like looks like a sideways version in the STO what Gigi Dolan does on her side, and then like a sideways for Tatum Paxley to do the SOS, like what Kofi used to do or still does. But yeah, this is where they flip him over, get the 1, 2, 3, winning this eliminator match, and also becoming the next number 1 contenders for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship at this coming Tuesday on the post-show edition of NXT. And who do you think they're going to face? Like, is it going to be Bayley and Lyra Valkyria, or like is it going to be Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez? Like, and either way, like, who do you think is going to be walking out of as the NXT champion? But yeah, let me know down in the comment section right down below. But here's where we got what's her name? But yeah, congratulations to Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley, which I'll perhaps give this match probably a bronze trophy. I'll say why not. But moving on, we got let's see. Oh yeah, the NXT Tag Team Championship match, if I'm not mistaken. Or I could be wrong. Maybe it's that was the North American Championship match with Ricky Saints taking on All Ego Ethan Page. Excuse me for a second. All right. Anyways, this match was terrific. Like it seemed like they never left the other company. Like with them, given that they both used to wrestle for. I was like, what for the graphics of WWE and NXT, and then the championships and Ricky Saints' new name, well, last name that is. Like I would say, like if anybody was been under a rock for like the last 3, maybe even 4 years, you'd probably think this is that company's this company's pay-per-view rather than WWE's. But anyways, this is where they start grappling, and this is where the Ricky Saints start coming back and tackled what's his name down, Ethan down. This is where he started kicking him like when he was hanging on to the top corner side of the rope. This is where Ricky Saints like, are you gonna get back up? I thought you were more better than this. I thought you were actually I thought you were way more talented and more better than I am. And this is where it's like, well, prove that right now. This is where he tried to Irish whip. And this is where then, oh, really? I hope you enjoyed that movie. But this is where we got him trying to get Irish whipped right into the right into the bottom corner slide. This is where we got Ricky Saints. Then went right to the bottom corner ropes. Then hits a step up into Geary in a or right after right no, it was right after Ethan Page bowed his head. Then he goes for into Geary. He kicks him right in the head. This is where then we got him. Then do a wrist slide. Then and for those that haven't watched his work over at WWE's competition shows, like you probably think yeah, he's isn't just a clear Undertaker reference, which it kind of is, but it's his own version of it. But this is where we got Ricky Saints to go from the right corner slide, hit the flying clothesline onto the former NXT champion. This is where he did this absolute pose, and this is where then Ricky said, "Let's go!" And he's like, and Nathan's not gonna win. This match totally had me on the edges of my seats. This is where the Saints like over a tornado DDT, and but yeah, this little we got Ricky Saints that ends up going to the top corner side of the apron. This is where Ethan Page was and trying to go up for a suplex. This is where we got I think he turned it to actually a power slam, just slamming him back first, right into the right back first into the hardest part of the ring, which that being the ring apron, of course. Where Ricky Saints was like, my back, and this is where then then where Ethan Page started cracking up and start, chuckling. This is where right after he hit such the tarnishable maneuver that you could ever think of doing. This is where we got Ethan ends up throwing Ricky right back in the ring, and this is where then Ethan Page and then this is where they did some elbows right to the back of Saints. This is where then we got him to try to push him right to the right corner ropes. This is where he hits him with a forearm right into the back. This is where we got him to try to go for another one. This is where Ricky Saints was like, my back. And then this is where then he started stomping him right to the face, where not the face, the midsection actually. This is where then Ricky Saints tried to fight back with some right hands, but only for it not to be enough because here comes Ethan, so I hit some right hands right back in. But Ricky Saints started fighting back with right hands of his own. This is where we got here we got he pays into the midsection. Then here's a singular suplex onto the reigning defending North American champion. Try to go for a pin, only for Ricky Saints to kick out at just 2, if I'm mistaken, is where Ethan Page started giving more of a serious and a menacing glance at the champ. This is where we got the absolute wrestler start fighting back, getting to right until the all ego one, then hits him with a big old convincing and devastating right hand. This is where we got Ricky Saints. Then I take that very lightly. This is where he started going back with some strikes like that. This is where fans are chanting Ricky Saints, Ricky Saints. But it's starting to be a reoccurring theme when it comes to chants these days. Like I think that this is part of the new era of how to chant your favorite wrestler. But anyways, this is where then but that's where we got what's his name? Ethan Page then try to go for a suplex right onto Ethan Page. I mean, Ethan Page doing the suplex not on himself, but Ricky Saints. But Ricky ends up trying to find a way to count out of it, which he did so when he hit him with a spin out neck breaker. This is where the Ethan Page then went rolling right in the top corner side. This is where we got Ricky Saints to meet him there. This is where he started hitting some right hands right to the face onto Ethan. This is where he started hitting the back first, right onto the barricade. Then brought back in the ring, he wants to finish him off and successfully retain his championship like an actual champion that he is. This is where we got Ricky Saints to try to go for a crossbar, only for Ethan Page to move out of the way. This is where he knocks right into the announce table with what's his name? Corey Graves was freaking out, saying like, "Oh gosh, darn it!" Like when he ran it right onto the announce table. This is when the fans are chanting "Holy shit!" and excuse my language for the bad languages, but that's exactly what Ricky Saints said. Like when this is where he started holding on to his left knee. This is where we got the egomaniac. And the all egomaniac and brought him back in the ring. This is where we got a big boot right into the face onto from Sean Spears. That's where he tried to go for a Boston Crab, even though he's not from Boston. And that would be very ironically strange if you call it that. But I don't know. I mean, probably a move it's a move that's been used and has been named that for many years. So yeah, it's understandable, right, in that perspective. But I would say I'm surprised that a wrestler that is from that particular town does not use this maneuver. I mean, it's I think it's kind of based off their home city. But this is where we got Ricky that ends up grab onto the ropes, only for Ethan Page the bring him back up, and this is where start attacking that back of Ricky Saint, so it could be so he could take advantage of gaining the North American Championship, just being the tag team championship away from being the next Triple Crown NXT champions. But this is where then he tried to make that a reality when he tried to go for the Ego's Edge, only for Ricky Saints to counter, went to the top corner slide, then hit the forearm strike, not once but twice. Right to the jaw of Ethan Page is where he hit the third one. This is where he started some repeated ones. That's where we got Ethan Page and ends up going, hits a suplex, back suplex, facebuster Majiggy, whatever it's called, right into the bottom left side, then in a back suplex, and then he landed right onto the outside. This is where he's like, ow, my back. And then this is where then Ethan Page is like, okay, he throws him right back in the ring. This is where then Ethan then ends up trying to picking up what's that? Ricky Saints. This is where Ricky Saints go for a springboard into a tornado DDT, wherever they call the maneuver, even in the middle of the ropes in the corner sides. But this is where both men were down after he hit this maneuver. This is where we got Ricky Saints that ends up hits that the Mission Kanoku. That's where they try to go for a pin, only for Ethan Page to kick out at onto the and this is where the fans start chanting something for Ricky Saints, which I couldn't recall it, but this is where we got Ethan Page that ends up going for what they call the fireman's carry maneuver, hitting the face first into the turnbuckle, but it's where Ethan Page somehow, Ricky Saints ends up trying to go for a comeback move, but it's where he ends up getting roundhouse kicked right to the head by Ethan. This is where we got Ethan tried to go for a sidewalk slam. Or no, he lifts him up into a pop-up power slam, whatever maneuver you would put it. But this is where he tried to go for a pin. Only for Saints to kick out at, 2, if I'm mistaken, is where both men were down. This is where fans start chanting, this is awesome. And yeah, this is going to be added onto the list of matches. I believe I should give it the second place spot. I'm just saying. But yeah, but I would say this is gonna be the second place. I'm giving this the fourth place spot, which I'm giving 3 other matches, which is the first time I'm doing 4 matches that get the fourth place spot of the best wrestling match of the night or of the day, I should say, given that it's still afternoon. But this is where Ricky Saints then rolls for the left side. He ducks out of the clothesline from Ethan Page, go for what they call a baseball. I mean, what they call a surfboard, rolling flip DDT Majiggy. Then we got the absolute. Then went up right up on the top rope in the upper left side, only for Ethan to hit him with a right hand to the face. Then he tried to go. Ethan Page tried to do something with the current North American Championship, some type of what they got avalanche maneuver in some shape or form in some capacity. This is where fans are chanting, this is awesome. And then this is where we got Ricky Saints being countered out of the fireman's avalanche, hitting a sunset flip off the top, then try to go for a powerbomb, which he did last ride style, with them up right in the air, slamming them to the ground, even though it was quarter way too high up in the air. But this is where Ricky Saints ends up trying to go over, but only got a denying kick out at 2.8. I was like, ooh, the But yeah, this is where we got Saints that ends up going for the bottom corner slide. Then we try to go for the absolute spear, only for him to get counter of a confidence breaker. Then we got Ethan Page going up for Ego's Edge. This is where we got. This is where he hits the Ego's Edge. This is where he tried to go for a pin on the Saints. This is where he tried to go for a 3 count, but he did not get a 3 because Saints got the shoulder up before it was even 2.99999999999999999 double triple nine minus 0.1 away from being 3. This is where fans are chanting NXT because this is a very phenomenal match. This is where Ricky Saints somehow hit the spear out of nowhere. And the winner of this match and still your NXT champion, and that is Ricky Saints. And I believe I made a big mistake. I was like, make that 3 matches now, like that I mistakenly got wrong. But yeah, because I think, oh yeah, he hit the absolute spear, no, and also the Shambo. That's what he did as well. I totally forgot. I apologize for the 1, 2, 3, and yeah, and also I want to also tell you, assassinators, that Ricky Saints that ends up walking out of NXT as the North American Championship. Then, and I think I said that it was going to be Ethan Page, and then as you can see, probably Ricky Saints could win it right back. I don't know. But Ricky Saints actually won the match. He's going to remain as the North American champion in the time being. But moving on, like next slide, we're going to be getting into the But it's going to start showing the main event guys that were just getting in the building, the likes of Javon Evans and what's that, Trick Williams, and the NXT champion himself, Obafemi. And this is where we saw like what's the next match going to be, and this was for the NXT Tag Team Championship between Tank Ledger and Hank Walker. This is where, yeah, like everything is like how your boy SNA predicted it to be. Like it just like I don't know, like it. I'd say like it was exactly how I predicted it to be with the. That's where like I don't know, like it's just something that looked like something like if there was not going to be an NXT championship match, this could be the substitute onto that issue, but yeah, since the main event like was just was getting more like just getting like into the next level. Like I think this, I'll tell you, this is definitely getting the silver trophy of the night. We got the match started off with with Axiom and what's his name, Hank Walker with an H. Then we got a rolling flip and a kip up from Axiom, followed up with a drop kick onto Hank. This is where then he sent him right to the left side, tags in his partner Nathan Frazier. When this is where we got Hank then ends up trying to what's his name? Counter out of the Irish. Hank Walker counter out of Axiom's Irish whip. This is where he tags in. When Nathan Frazier got in, when he hit like a Widow's Peak maneuver, this is where Nathan Frazier went right, left, right, top bottom to the ropes. He was turning the Sonic the Hedgehog because he had to go fast. And once he got done, he hits a back leg and kick. This is where then we got Hank Walker that ends up sending him right to the bottom left side. This is where he started going for a stomp right onto the midsection. This is where then he and where we got Nathan Frazier ends up throwing what's his name? Hank Walker right to the upper left side. Like but this is where it goes for what's their springboard flip counter. This is where then he turned around into a duck, into a clothesline slide ducks, like into a after hitting a wheelbarrow roll up, of course. But it's where, of course, Hank Walker goes for a kick out at 2.2. Then we got Nathan Frazier gets caught with a back suplex by who was it? Tank Ledger. This is where we got what's his name? Hank Walker went right to the right corner slide. Then he goes for a splash. Then we got Hank Walker goes for a running bulldog, only for Tank Ledger to go for a senton. This is where he goes for a pin. This is where we got Nathan Frazier ends up kicking out of the pinfall. This is where we got what's his name? Tank Ledger ends up trying to go for a power slam. This is where he slams him back first, right onto the team of the turnbuckle on the bottom right side. Then he started going for a headbutt onto what's his name, Nathan Frazier. This is where then right on the mix section that's where we got Hank Walker that got tagged back then, hit a power slam, go for a pin, but only got a 2.6 cover. This is where he tried to collect Nathan Frazier, but he gets kicked right in the face. But this is where Hank Walker picks him up. This is where Nathan Frazier flips up in the air, hits a step up into gear like he normally do, that he probably learned from his wrestling teacher, which that is Seth Rollins. And yeah, this is where we got him tagging in Axiom. This is where he goes for a kick right in the face with Nathan Frazier going for a DDT. Then we got Nathan Frazier, Axiom go for a super kick and mix session on Tank Ledger when he's trying to help out his partner. But this is where it end up backfiring on him. This is where we got Nathan Frazier follow that up with a drop kick right into his face. This is where we got Nathan Frazier. Let's see. Okay. Anyways, this is where we got Axiom start stomping onto the head of kicking on the head, like stomp kicks on the head of Hank Walker until he got him to the upper right side, where he's like, all right, he's down. Like now you made your point, like, all right, he went right into the bottom, bottom left side, and back diagonal, and then hit a middle drop kick directly in the face onto Hank Walker. Then it's where we got everything asking him go for the cover, only for not to get denied a 2.3. Then Axiom ends up trying to go for a red side, go for a sleeper. Everybody got and then Axiom go for a headlock, only for Hank Walker, only for him to get him up, try to go for a counter. But this is where Axiom did not let his guard down. Him back up, go for kicks in the face. This is how we got Axiom going for every strike in the face. Only for Hank Walker, going big break. I'm like, do you think that's all you got? This is where you're like, I could you do more. But this is where he got Axiom go over the left side. Ends up getting close on by Hank Walker. This way, this is where Nathan Frazier tried to go for close on, but Hank Walker does. He ends up getting the drop kick onto his partner Tank. This is where they got every single close on. You go every time you go to left and right. This little hit running the line to the face. And we got Nathan Frazier like go for a same moonsault. I'm like, this guy's so dang quick. Like, I'm surprised that nobody from the main roster noticed his talent and already got him on there by now. Even though he wrestled Ray Phoenix a couple weeks ago, like, yeah, well, he looks too good not to be on. Like, he's so good. Like, yeah, it's so surprising that he's not already on there. One reason for sure, I guess for a good reason in perspective, right? And because they're NXT Tag Team Champions. But that's understandable. And I believe whenever they do lose those titles, when we know it, you can back with them, then you can call it the Raw or SmackDown. Well, here's where we got Axiom then try to go for a sleeper onto what is name? Hank Walker, but this is where we got Hank Walker picks up Axiom. This is where he try to go power bomb. This is where we got when Nathan Frazier helps out his partner. This is where they got I take Hank Walker up. I go for the Willows Peak into a dropkick, but Hank Walker to learn from earlier, and yeah, lightning does not strike twice. Like the hit a maneuver is not going to be working a second time. That's where I use what's his name is a human helicopter, like what a helicopter blade at least. What's his name? Axiom. It was going right into. This is where we got what's called the. This is where we got what's his name Hank Walker then was trying to get himself back up, even though there's a slow start. It's okay. Good. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Just checking. Well, where was I now? Where was I? Oh yeah. I'm down to spot right there. What happened next? It was what was that? I'm trying to think what other thing that happened. Oh, that happened. It was happened to it. Oh yeah, that's when we got Axiom got Tank Ledger off the top on the top rope. That's where about to hit an avalanche Spanish Fly, which looked like a move that I used for my my character on WWE 2K24, but it was perfectly executed with negative Frederick over the Phoenix Splash, which he also learned from his wrestling teachers, which is Seth Rollins, and they probably got away with it and retained if it wasn't for the meddling, the meddling wild jersey wearing Ryman buddy of Tank, and that was Hank. Where we are. Anyway, we got running game, action talking over around us kick, and superhero, super run house kick until left side gets closed on by what's his name, by Tank Ledger, but this is where we got what's his name, Nathan Frazier go for a sling blade, and this is where then. Here's where we got Nathan Frazier go for what they call a sling blade, like his wrestling teacher, his former wrestling teacher, I should say. It's where we got Edward got Tank Ledger, the suicide dive onto Axiom, tags him right there, Hank Walker. He took off his jersey off. This is where then we got Tank Ledger did the same, like ripped it off. Then they hit their belly to belly tackles onto Nathan Frazier. Then they hit the power slam, hits him with that spear magician maneuver with Tank Ledger. Then we go for a pin. This is where we got a 1, 2, and a 3. And yes, they did it. They became the new NXT Tag Team Champions. Huge congratulations to those guys. They totally deserve it. Like, I'm waiting for so long to be recognized as a tag team. They probably finally prove that they are tag team material. Like, tag team. But this is where we got Nathan Frazier, Axiom, turn them around. Like, when they were looking, like, this is where they want to give you something. Where they gave a hug and a handshake. Show of respect, like all the stuff. But this is where we got a handshake. This is where they raise up the champions held high. This is where they show a little advertisement that Cardi B will indeed be will be hosting SummerSlam, which I believe is something that she was supposed to do like 4 years ago, back in 2021. Like when the pandemic was starting to end, like and that when we're going to be seeing all the business start reopening, like, and yeah. But I think something that delayed that, or something that there's a reason why that she didn't compete in, which that's a very good that's a good question. What was the explanation why that was indeed the case? But moving on, we got the women's ladder match. And I don't know how I predicted this one as well, which I'm not going to tell who I choose who's going to win. But unless if you give my video a watch from this past Tuesday on NXT on the Go Home Edition show. But here's where we got Penn like from Penn, one of the magicians in Las Vegas, like which is a very popular magician, along with his friend, which I forget his name, but yeah, he was a special guest on NXT Stand and Deliver. That's where then we got and this is where it's where we got Sarah Schreiber and like yeah, welcome to Stand and Deliver. This is where Penn was like yeah, I'm very excited about this. Like we've been in Vegas for a long time. Like we do like own plenty of magic shows here. People must love this. And there's people that love our tricks a lot, and he's like, there's some people don't believe that we really could do magic. Like, they're very annoying to be so skeptical. This is where let's case that. And well, I'm one of those people because I don't think that y'all do magic. It's Alexis Kingston where he had this Heritage Cup championship, where Edward Peen was like, yeah, of course we're then this is Alexis King's like, it's all ruse, it's all smoke and mirrors, like it's fake, even like it's where it's like. I got all these simpletons. You may got all these simpletons in Las Vegas fooled, but the king, he thinks electrical. It's where the depends. The only thing that's the only thing that's real around here is this Heritage Cup membership. It's where that was real. Okay, it do look real to me. It seems nice, feels nice. It feels like legitimate. But with the metal and the gold and the silver, but this is where the okay, like how about we do a little magic trick, like it. But this where it's like, how about I put it in these steel bars in this box, like it'll keep it safe here, like with this where the. This is where the next game, what are you gonna talk? What are you gonna do? We're gonna turn to a walking dog. This was like, no, even better. This is where they got in there. This is where they said the magic words. This is where it ends up. Yeah. Yes, Birdie. Excuse me for a second. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. Oh my goodness. Hey, I cannot believe it. What's up, bro? Happy. It's your nappy pappy. Also, I don't believe it. Oh my God. Well, that was what a very funny surprise. That is a funny surprise. That was I gotta go by my dude's house today and drop him this fucking money off and shit. I'm tired, dude. I go to bed till like 5 o'clock in the morning. And then I got up at damn near 1, it was like 12:45. I didn't know what day it was. Went to the bathroom. And then say their uncle called, grandpa called, fucking you called, or no, you, somebody else. I had like 10 different missed phone calls, and then the dude, he hit me up and said, "You coming through this morning?" I was like, "Oh my God." I said, "Today is gonna be bad." I do not want to fucking do this, but hey, it's making a little bit of money, a little bit, making him money.
you, Jordan.
Trey, come on, stop.
No, I have to do it.
No, you don't have to. I got your little brother in my hand. It's not a have to. We're making this choice. Hey, come on. Be careful.
What?
Trey.
It's okay.
I'll just keep it, Trey. Hey, keep signing up. He got so
Oh, really?
yeah, but her about. She was like, "No, I want to meet there. Or I want to meet him." She said, "I know your other." She said, "I want to see both of them."
What are we talking for?
To put this up, I thought I didn't take my shoes off.
I know, I'm about to.
I hate that you do everything. Are you gonna be okay? This is good. Okay. Yeah. I'll be alright. Yeah. I'm positive. Yeah. I really don't want to out there more actually. Do you have any more formula?
Yeah.
Maybe we should do
There's like probably a scoop's worth on in the one in the kitchen.
we
Yeah.
should do our home, Mommy.
Did we already go through all four of those cans?
Oh, thank. Yeah, that was almost the last of that one. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was close. Yeah.
Somebody's gonna come for you. But guess what? If you don't get, because you already got one of your Easter presents already, which is your cabin.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of your Easter presents.
Yeah. Your very first
But
Easter
you got
present.
that. One of them gives you a couple small things right now. But when Daddy gets his money, then he's gonna surprise you with some more.
Is that what, 4 ounces?
Yeah. I'll say, well, 3 because he had 1 ounce. The one he had left the last time. Yeah.
That's 3.
Yeah, 3 ounces got put in. Since he had the one from the last time, like just a few minutes ago, y'all left it the one that was remaining. Yeah. So yeah, a good yeah.
Well,
1 scoop and a
when
half.
I come back, I'll bring it in and then we can do it together, okay?
Okay, see your baby still awake. Yeah, he's sleeping.
You want to go see Gunner here after we DoorDash?
Yeah, they have a new house.
Down here.
No, we're gonna go over here in a little bit. When he gets home. He's not home yet.
He's about to be home in a sec in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So when we come back, we'll make sure you get ready. We'll get you some clothes on and then.
Mother, she cooked some soup.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
No,
And then this time, you're gonna go.
no,
You don't wanna go?
yes, now.
Look.
Make sure your coat starts
So it wasn't him reading the message.
I mean, he probably did see it after a while, but.
Oh, wow.
So I thought you was ignoring me.
I was wondering why I was left on red. I thought I was being ignored.
Oh no, I'm not food. But then Mama, I want to.
He literally messaged me from that new account I told you he has. Because he made this account like a month or 2 ago when he got with her. Remember I told you? I said, he's got a new account with her. And you was like, what?
Yeah, and you found it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh snap!
I finally found it too, yeah.
Was it hurt in your mouth fast? Ready?
Alright, so you ready to go? Look at your hunger in the face of this. Should I tell him? What's his name? Yeah, I'll take the shift. And, I'll tell him. Because that's, nigga, that's a shift. That's how much.
That's not working.
When I get off, go to bed. No, and I have to get up because I think Richard, they're going to the same church. He said dinner's at 1, and he said the program starts at 10. Are you sure they're not going? That's what my grandpa said. They said the program starts at 10. Yeah. So are they going to the same one? That's what Rick. He's a artist.
I
know. Are you okay, Trey?
No.
What's wrong, buddy?
He looked at me,
You need to get a bath. Your mom needs to spend time cleaning this whole entire house up. Getting you a bath. Look at that little chocolate face. You need a paper towel.
I'll tell you. No, it's
Oh, we'll rinse it off. Oh.
Here.
Oh,
You need this
really
one.
cocoon,
Why do you have a goatee chocolate face? Why are you eating with a fork?
But Mom, I said that.
There's enough food in there and it works.
Everybody.
Hey, everybody, shit, it's you getting the new food every plate you get.
Yeah.
Where's all our spoons at? There's 2 just sitting up here.
You probably wash them. We have other Alright. Help Julie watch Bubba and we'll be right back.
We're going to go to DoorDash for like
Oh,
45 minutes to try to make like $20 or $30.
Okay, bet.
And
Guys, can you talk to
have you talked to them about staying the night tonight or anything?
Oh, not yet, but I'm gonna message them back.
Message them and ask them. 'Cause I was message Rick.
Okay, I'm gonna tell them about
And
it.
then you can have
James
dinner.
will keep asking me about that. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm,
And
yeah.
I'm gonna take the night come get y'all because we're gonna come up there tomorrow.
see if they can pick
See if they can pick you up.
Okay, I'm gonna ask them about that. Yeah. Mhm.
Man, after that already killed me getting Easter baskets and getting my hair lined up. That already killed me. Huh? There's a bed plumped up in the middle. And I was like, what the hell? But are y'all gonna be okay?
We'll be okay.
The maximum will be 2 hours, so we can make like $50 or $60. But we're trying to get like $30 or $40 back real quick.
Okay, bet.
All right, but we'll be back. Hey, if you want to go see your brother William's new place, when we come back after we do that,
No
we
problem.
can all go
Okay.
over there. It was Eagle Reed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
Eagle Reed?
yeah.
That's good news for you, man.
I'm running to Eagle Reed. I'm gonna see what the fuck my mom is doing. You're weirdo. Shall I bring my black card key? Or no? I don't really want to watch that. If we're not going to make any money, I want to dash in the car. I'm just going to say, like, yeah. Who said that shit? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm sure you are.
And Tara, I want Gordon to be here.
Okay.
Yeah. Is Gordy there?
I don't know. Like, I think that's Uncle and Auntie's dog that lives in Olathe.
No, I'm trying to walk the land and go.
Oh, Goldie. You said, yeah, she's here too. All four of them are there.
Okay.
They're moving to the new place very soon.
Okay.
So, be careful.
Wow! What a big idea!
Sorry, Donald. Hey, what's the big idea?
Hey, what's the big idea, bro? Hey, you bitch goofy.
Hey, don't talk, you kid. When did this earth be called? Hey. No. Don't close it. God damn it. No, leave that for a minute. I don't never give enough respect around here. Christ fucking sake. No.
I'm not seeing the cup.
Hey, don't eat your no.
What happened to it?
Trey, no, don't be. Yeah. Just watch. Just when you watch your video, I'm trying to be mean, but I need that for my podcast. Oh.
What happened to the TV?
Oh, no.
What? This is the boss or something.
What's the remote?
I don't know. Okay, wait. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you want to cook me. Maybe I'll put you down for a moment. Oh. Trey, no, we need some.
I can't find it.
Oh, we need the blanket, Trey. You want to get comfy. You can still do what you do. Make sure to bring it. Oh, I'm never gonna get done at this fucking rate. Such a cutie. Okay, I'm back here, assassinators. I as I was saying, like, yeah, like into that magician pan, like, with face to face with what's his name to Lexus King. This is where he put the box in there. He's like, it's gonna be safe and stuff. He said it says magic words. Then we got him the reveal, like where he turned the Heritage Cup Championship, or maybe even swapped it before, and it was none other than his magician partner and best friend. Like, I forget his name. I've been watching some of their magic tricks for years. Like, I totally forgot the name of this guy. But yeah. Hey, and it will be him, Mr. Alexis King. Like, what happened to my Heritage Cup trophy? Like, you didn't eat it, did you? And this is where then then this is where they did the shrug emoji thing. Like yeah, like no, like, and this is where they like they said they did the shrug emoji when he asked where is this Heritage Cup trophy when he was looking in the box, which it seemed like he's reconsidering his skepticism, like of underestimating the talents of what's his name of what's that from what's their names of yeah, the talents of the magic tricks that they did, and this is where we got like, and that's, I guess, the one thing to show you, like, never doubt anything. And it's like the old saying goes, like what the Undertaker was like saying when it comes to returning wrestling matches. He's like, yeah, he's like, never say never. But anyways, this is where we got but this is where we got you know, but this is where we got the next up. We got on the ladder matches where it was like every woman were just going out for it was like pretty much a free for all until we got Kalani Jordan ends up going up and trying to get the championship, only for Lola Vice to start fighting back and draw her down like into this women's ladder match for the women. This is where she try to get try to get the what they call it, the changing down herself with Kalani in the corner. This is where then so Ruka tries to stop her, but they both all end up getting hip attacked by the Latina Heat. This where we got Lola Vice to start going for leg swiping kicks onto Thea Hale. When she tried to stop her, she ended up feeling the wrath of hip attack. This is where she tried to go, but this is where Kalani Jordan get back in the ring. I don't know how, but this is where she trips right over. But she ends up getting running roundhouse kick right by the former what they call of the former mixed martial artist. This is where then we got somehow what's her name what's her name is? I forget. What's her name? Izzy Damon hit a springboard face breaker, telling her to suck it to Lola Vice, like what she called her something that was in Spanish, which I cannot translate in the specifics, but it's probably something not so good. But it's where we got what's her name? Well, that's where we got what's her name? Kalani Jordan trying to go for springboard crossbody, only to get dropped by what's her name? By Izzy Dame. But this is where Izzy Dame hits this pop-up power bomb spinebuster kind of combo on the Soruka, like when she was trying to go for the grab the championship down. And this is where we got somehow like Thea Hale came in. This is where she body slams what's her name down? What's her name? Izzy Dame, like Lola Vice took down Izzy Dame while because she got some revenge for her telling her to suck it. That's where then we got what's her name? Thea Hale and knocked down the ladder, body slam Lola Vice into it, then go for springboard senton onto the Latina Heat. This is where then we got Thea Hale then went grab onto another ladder. This is where she tried to come. But this is where we got Kalani Jordan stopped her, but only for her plan to get backfired because she got exploder suplex right to the upper left corner side. This is where we got Thea Hale to try to go up and try again for try to grab onto the championship, but only for her just mere inches away from grabbing onto it. Like this is where then what's her name? This is where then even Corey Graves was telling her, like, now's not the time to savor your moment. Just grab onto the championship, like, unhook it from the. But this is where we got Izzy Dane pulled her away from it just like a few inches. But this is where we got. She tried to reach for it, but it was too far away, which I don't know what was the logic that Izzy was thinking because she's more further than like a couple inches further than Thea was. This is where Thea knew that. This is where she used that as her advantage by grabbing onto her arm that she was trying to reach the championship with. Turn it to the Kimura lock, and this is where I guess in kayfabe she snapped it into two, which you'll probably probably see her in either a sling or see her not being out of be in action on TV for a little while. If this is kayfabe, but like I wouldn't be surprised if it was legitimate that she snapped it. I'm not sure like what was the scenario, but this is where like she snapped it back. This is where she fell out. This is where she pushed her right off the top. This is where got Thea Hale and ends up trying to go for a grab onto the championship, only for Zarya to pull up the what's it called the ladder, and then this is where he knocks Thea Hale hitting the crossbody onto not only Izzy Dame that was in the outside, but her male counterparts that came in like to help her out. I was like, how did he got there so quickly? Even if it is like helping Izzy out, like if she did like suffered an injury during this match. But it's very shocking that they just came out of the blue. But this is where Zarya tried to come in, take advantage of getting an opportunity of when this is where then we got Kalani Jordan then ends up but Kalani Jordan ends up trying to stop her from doing it by trying to smash and bury her with the ladder, like try to do anything meaning is necessary. But this is where then we got what's her name stopped her, Zarya's partner, Saruka. This is where then okay, I'll be right there. But this is where then this is where she got prevented by Saruka. Saruka then pulled that up the rope. I mean the ladder so she won't get smashed, squashed. Even this is where then we got Zarya kicks her right in the head, like knocking her out right onto with the ladder. But okay. Okay, I got it. Just a moment, Trey. I'm always keeping double confused. Just said, I was in my pocket. I was confused. I'm not trying to make it inconvenient, but anyway, I'm trying to get I keep trying to do my podcast, but I'm getting interrupted. You know what? I got fancy diaper right now.
Okay.
Or pull up, or whatever the hell it is.
I'm forcing it. I don't know.
Hey, I know he needs help, but I can do that as soon as you. Rudy start taking a butt in the bathroom. I tried to turn on. Oh my fucking gosh. What? Chill out. Please. I'm trying to watch your brother, but you're not cooperating.
I'm not trying to be mean, but you need to start settling down. I'm still here.
Oh no! The bed! Oh no! Joey, put the weights over. Put my towel. And then,
God damn it. Lord.
I'm done.
Thank you, Birdie Bird.
That's good.
I'm back there. You fixed the bench. That was a big deal.
Mommy and Dad be so proud.
They'll be extremely proud of you, Duckman.
No, I'm torch.
Ah.
I'm just going the hallway. I'm going out here.
Okay, assassinators, I'm back here. Real quickly. What else? What I said on this review video. Oh yeah, so Ruka was helping out Zarya. This is where then she helped her escape from this ladder that Kalani Jordan was trying to smash with. This is where they started playing tug of war with the ladder while Zarya tried to climb up to get to go for what's it called? Try to climb up and retrieve the championship. This is where but Kalani Jordan stopped her when they got up when they add up the ladder, like that was hanging right onto the middle, on the one of the middle, right in the middle, like it's hanging right into one of those middle gaps of the ladder. This is where they were. This is where we got Soruka and Kalani Jordan start throwing fists at each other, like in a wrestling tennis manner. Until what's her name? Lola Vice came in the ring, pushes both Jordan, Kalani Jordan, and Soruka right off the top of that ladder. This is where then we got the. This is where we got Lola Vice that ends up trying to go for a German suplex. But this is where or maybe even a sleeper, but this is where Zarya was not taking any type of maneuver for an answer. This is where she ends up slamming her back first right onto this ladder that was hanging right onto that was wedging right onto the ropes and the like one of the gaps of the ladder. This is where then we got Kalani Jordan hit a splash on both women, even though it looked like she got more of the impact than the women that she dived onto. That's where we got Kalani Jordan, then went up right into the left side until we got Saruka beat her to it by jumping right off the top rope. That's where they're trying to fight over time, reach for the championship. Only for Zarya to grab onto what's her name, Kalani's leg. She haven't forgot that she nearly tried to end her, like not only in the match, but also in her career as well. This is where we got a gorilla press, slams all the members of the calling and the rest of the women that were in the ringside. Knocking. This is where it was now Soruka and Zarya that was in the ring next. Like normally this would feels a different match. They would be working together, like but this time, like they're trying to fight for some singles gold, not like for tag team gold. That's the sad thing is about it. This is where they start at to go at it on the fight. Excuse me for a moment. Damn it! Every other time, I got him done, and then the baby pig. Okay, I hope we all stay for a little while, like because we still got this podcast we have to finish. Um, as I was saying, like this is where we got Zarya and this is where we got Zarya and Saruka was going at it. This is where this is where this is where Saruka then finally got the upper hand. This is where we got who was it? Thea held and tried to stop her from going to retrieve the championship, but that didn't work in her favor. This is where she hits the soul snatch on her. Izzy Dane tried to come in and try to prevent her from getting up back to the up in the ladder, but that ends up being a what's it called? That ends up being going backfire. This is where she hits the soul snatcher yet again, and 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 it was like probably double times as amazing than the last time she did when they were seeing who to crown the first ever inaugural champion. And this is where my prediction somehow got came true with this match because Saruka went up to the ladder and actually retrieved the Women's North American Championship. I'm like, wow, like I was like this literally happened. And I was like, maybe I see the reason why Ava and Stephanie Vaquer agreed to relinquish that championship and help elevate the women's division in the mid card. But yeah, big congratulations to Soruka, definitely getting the silver trophy tonight, tied with the men's tag team championship match, the North American championship match, and the women's championship match. Not to mention, but we'll get into that in just a moment. We're gonna that's where we got this is where we got a backstage interview with what's the name? Tatum Paxley and Shotzi and what's her name? JC Jane. Like with them saying, like it feels so great to have this moment with her best friend. That's where they showed like what's her name? Stephanie Vaquer was getting ready for her match with her in the championship. This is where this is where Tatum Paxley was extremely excited about like what and this is where the Gigi Dole was like yeah, like this is what like working hard and busting our asses like paid off, and then this is where then we do like and we've been doing so like here on NXT and in TNA like because the partnership of those two companies. But this is where you and now we're gonna bring the women's tag team titles where they back belong, and this is where the Tatum Pax is like, oh yeah, like they're coming home, baby, and this is what you like, and like I've been thinking like that means there's a chance that like that means we get to fight. Well, this is what you like. That means I'm gonna have to face my other friend Lyra, like when she teams with Bailey, if they do win those titles tomorrow night. And then this is where then Gigi Done's like, it doesn't matter who we face and who we gonna be. Like Bailey, like Bailey and no matter if it's Bailey, Lyra, Raquel, Liv, like Tuesday, this is gonna be our moment. This is where Taylor Pack's like, yeah, you're right. Like, yeah, this is gonna be about us. Like, it's where they start hyping things up for this Tuesday. And who do you think they're gonna fight? And who do you think is gonna? And do you think? And if so, who? If you think, who know who? Maybe. Like, let me know down in the comment section right down below what your opinions on these matter. But moving on, we got the Angelo family against the Dark State next, like with them hyping them up on the vignette video. And yeah, let's just say my prediction kind of came true on who won and what's going to be happening of what's going to become of the D'Angelo family. But let's say it happened before like the match even ended. But like when we saw like the true colors of a certain member of the D'Angelo family, they'd been brought out. But let's move on. I'm not moving on. But before we get into that, let's continue to the recap what happened, which we got the Dark State, taking on D'Angelo Finn, which should start things off with Deion Lennox and Luca Crucifino, with Luca going for a headlock right onto him, but he dips him right to the right side, tagging in who was it? It was the tallest guy with the ponytail. I forget his name. This is where I forget his name, but this is where he Irish whipped him right to the upper right side to Luca. This is where Luca flips right over to the right side, try to close on, but this is where he tries to springboard, but he ends up hitting four. Oh yeah, I think his last name is Cyrus. Cyrus, yeah, that's what his name. He clotheslines Luca right when he tries to springboard again, but before he can even chance, till he falls right down to the right and then crash right down like if he botched the springboard maneuver. But yeah, he never got a chance though. This is where we got Deion Lennox then got back in the legal side. This is where he sends him back first, right into the out of the announce table and onto the hardest part ring of the ring apron. This is where then. And where got one of his teammates trying to calm down, but he pushes him right off. This is where what's his name? Vic Joseph described that he's the one that have quite a temper here. This is where Deion Lennox then start hitting some left hands to the face until he gets tagged in by what was it? It was Sugars, I believe his name is. But this is where then Cyrus got in, kicking him right into the in the midsection. This is where then we got Cyrus then hits the fallaway slam on the Luca Crucifino. This is where he sent him right into his corner. This is where they start triple teaming the poor third member of the D'Angelo family. This is where we got Deion Lennox then gets the tag in, hits a flying elbow drop onto the lawyer-like family member, but this is where he moves out of the way. Smart move. But Sugars gets tagged in once Lennox missed. This is where then he knocks out what's his name? Channing Stacks Lorenzo. This is where then we got. And where we got Sugars that throws what's his name? Luca right to the upper right side. Then he moves out of the way. He hits a schoolboy, but that's not all. He had a single clawed power bomb right onto that member of the Dark State. Yeah, I can put it somewhere. But this is where we got Change Stacks Lorenzo. They got tagged in with the hot tag.
Thank you.
But anyways, Assassinators, back to the six-man tag match between the D'Angelo family against the Dark State. It was let's see. Edwards, you got Saxton started hitting all his comeback maneuvers on each member of the Dark State. Then he hits a cannonball onto Sugars after taking out Cyrus and Lennox in the ring. This is where then he throws him back in the ring. This is where this is where Sugars got back in control. This is where they sent this is where then he tags in Cyrus in after they took him right into the timekeepers area. Then Spinebusters stacks right back first into the apron, which is the hardest part of the ring, by the way. Then we got Cyrus, then belly to belly suplexes. Yeah, stacks. Like this is where then they start. Yeah, this is where they tagged in Deion Lennox. He started hitting some plenty of moves and even Luthez pressing stacks. Like this is where he's like, "All right, stop it, stop it." This is where then he's like, "No, like I need to put him away for good." This is where we got. This is where we got Sugars and got him in a sleeper hold. Looked like it was gonna be hopeless, but that's only until like he somehow he got out of it. Like once we got miscommunications from Sugar. This is where he tried to go over back suplex, only for Channing Stacks Lorenzo hit the running knee right into the face onto what's his name what's his name the Sugars. Is where we got Tony D'Angelo starting belly to belly suplexes. This is where we got what's his name this is where we got Cyrus start coming. This is where Tony D'Angelo spine busters him. This is where we got what's his name? Sugar's trying to go for trying to fly up in the air, but this is where he ends up getting spine busted by D'Angelo. This is where we probably got away with it sooner if it wasn't for the meddling biggest meddler of the Dark State. This is where we got but this is where he got taken out by what's his name, by Chain Stacks Lorenzo, only for him to get thrown out by Sugars. But luckily, Mr. Luca Crucifino suplex flips him right on the outside. Then we got it was Cyrus and D'Angelo in the ring next until like Cyrus tried to go for a chokeslam while like a chokeslam turned to a face breaker maneuver, face buster maneuver. This is where we got Deion Lennox and hits this his version of a jackhammer. But this is where we got the Don was not taking 3 for a no. This is where then Adrian Rizzo like, don't give up, bro, don't give up, Don, or yeah, he calls him the Don. This is where we got. This is where then we got like every member of the D'Angelo family and the Dark State were in the ring until like we got. And that's where they got the other member that was in the ring. So I'm trying to remember his name. Picks up Luca Crucifino, drags him out of the ring, hits the face right to the ring post since the Almighty's no longer there. This is where then Adriana Rizzo hit a crossbody on him. Like, nobody don't do that to my bro. And then this is where she hit the crossbody. This is where we got like when she came from the upper right corner side. This is where we got and the Angel family did a double clothesline onto what's his name Cyrus. This is where they try to go for a pin, but it was ended up being useless. This is where then we got this is where the Channing Stacks Lorenzo try to offer a crowbar. This is where then Tony D'Angelo like, we don't need a crowbar to solve our problem. This is where we got what's his name? Sugars then hit a knee strike right to the back onto Channing Stacks Lorenzo, pulls him right to the bottom right side. Then we got what's his name? Cyrus and throws Luca, I mean not Luca, Channing Stacks Lorenzo right in the corner. This is where they tagged in Sugars, which him and Deion Lennox picks him up. So Sugars did the power bomb, looks similar to like a faction that were dressed in black and basically attack every opponent they meet. But this is where Tony D'Angelo spears Sugars. This is where he throws Lennox right on the outside. Then he even saw Cyrus come since he was the legal man. He ducks out of clothes on, hit the flying forearm strike, but it's where he ends up letting him fall on the outside anyways. Then he help up his partner and brother, the underboss. That's where then he's like, I love you, brother. And this is where he kisses him inside of his face. And this is where then he throws him on the outside over a cannonball on him. This is where again, the family is finally fighting back like where they should be doing. This is where then we got who was it on the Dark State, the tall guy. I'm trying to read the short hair. Cutler James, that's what his name is. This is where he grabs onto the what's it called? The crowbar. This is where oh, you don't have it now. This is where then we got This where the referee's like, oh, you better you don't need this. Like, what are you doing with this? This is where then. This is where then. This is where it's not bad. This is where we got the. This is where we got what's the name? This is where the Channing Stacks Lorenzo got another crowbar that was in the ring after on the side of the ring. This is where then he looked like he knew he was about to whack D'Angelo by accident or maybe purpose. I don't know. But this is where then we got. He ends up hitting Sugars that was in the sleeper hole. Helping him out. This is where then we got Tony D'Angelo's like, wait, I used the crowbar? Like, why? Like, it is where he's like, but. He's like, but now's not the time. So I'm gonna say thank you very much. I appreciate that. Despite we don't need to cheat to win. This is where then Cutler ends up trying to come in there. This is where he ends up getting spine busted by the Don, and this is where he saved the underball. This is where he's like you need now we need to do things fair. This is where they hug, embrace. This is where the reason why I say it is because I believe in you. He's like, yeah, and I think that you. I believe in you, and I think you're gonna be an excellent champion. Once you get into that in that category, this is where once he has back turned. This is where he was like, oh, I don't think I should have my back turned. This is where then he rest assured him that he's not gonna do anything sneaky. This is where then once he threw the crowbar, what the referee just was distracted about. This is where he has back turned. He was like, okay, I think I can trust you. But the moment that he did start trusting him, he gets kicked right in low blow. And this is where then he was like, why? And this is where Check Stacks Lorenzo then gave him, he was like, I'm trying to do what's best in this team, but it seems like my best is not good enough for you. And this is where he's like, so good luck defeating him on your own. And this is where then he's like, see you around, TDA. And this is where then he went out. This is where fans start chanting, holy shit. Holy shit chants repeatedly. This is where we got the Dark State hit their pop-up triple powerbomb thingamajiggy to get the 1, 2, 3 that way. Winner of this match, yeah, the Dark State. And what was your thoughts onto this shocking betrayal of Channing Stacks Lorenzo, and where you think this is going to lead into this future rivalry between the Don and the Underboss? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. But this is where then we got Luca Crisafino to try to chase them down, along with what's her name, Sarah Schreiber, if I'm not mistaken. That's where what's his name started asking questions like, why the hell did you attack Tony D'Angelo? He's family. We are all family. And this is where then Chase Stacks Lorenzo didn't really answer his question. He was like I'm gonna go away. I'm gonna give you my location. I'm gonna message you later on once I get there. And I'm gonna let you know. Meet me at this location. I'm about to message you this coming Tuesday, and I'm gonna explain why what I did. And this is where the other reporter caught up with Hank and Tank, which Hank and Tank was extremely happy to be tag team champions. With them, don't have to be like any other team to do so. And this is where they say, but yeah, this is where then we got this is where they even offer a tag team to anybody, even if they're not on NXT, to come around to NXT to challenge them for their tag team champion. They'll be more welcome to do so. But this is where we got the next match, which was for the NXT Women's Championship. It was Stephanie Vaquer defending against Jordan Grace, Jada Parker, and her longtime frenemy, Julia. And this is where then we got. This is like a 4-way cluster. This is where then we got this is where once everybody was out of the ring. This is where we got Stephanie and Jordan that was in the ring. They start going at it with hitting each other with the respective strikes. And we got what's her name, Stephanie Vaquer. Then ends up go for arm drag, a springboard arm drag maneuver. Then go for a flip up. Then go for a wheelbarrow. Then try to go for a cover, which it looked like if it was against a lower mid-carder, it definitely would have been a guaranteed 3. But this is where we got Jordan Grace, then got back up, hit a slap across their face. And she ducks out a clothesline from Stephanie. This is where Stephanie then ends up trying to Irish whip Jordan right to the bottom corner. This is where that's where I got Stephanie Vaquero trying to go for a roll up, only for that to get denied at 6. That's where then she kicks the arm of Jordan Grace when trying to close on. She blocked it, hit a back suplex, a belly to back suplex to be exact. This is where we got Jada Parker comes in and throws what's her name, Stephanie out, and then going at it with her current NXT rival, what's her name, Jordan Grace, until Julia hits a pump boot right in her face. Then she throws Jordan Grace out of the ring. This is where the Juggernaut ends up grabbing onto the braids of the Pretty Madness. This is where like they're trying to still hang on the apron, but this is where Jada Parker tried to go for an attack on Julia. Julia moves out of the way, knocking out Jordan. Then Jada started eating some punches and chops and back fist like from the what's her name from Julia. This is where she hits the forearm strike. This is where we got a headbutt. This is where she brought her back in the ring, like in the middle, but it's where it only got her 2.4 count. But she was screaming in frustration. This is where they try to go for a hammerlock maneuver, only to her to get thrown right to the right corner slide. Then we got Stephanie Vaquero got back in the ring, hits a middle drop, a forward drop kick. This is where they start hitting some clotheslines repeatedly onto the female the female OTM member until she got thrown into the bottom corner slot, hits a running hip attack, then put her right into the middle ropes. This is where she hit the chop right into her midsection, like ow, and this is where then Jada Parker then goes up right on top rope. They hit like a bomb leg drop Majiki maneuver, like version like with her jumping off the top rope rather than going springboard. And this is where Julia kind of distracted Jada Parker when she flipped her back in the ring. This is where Stephanie Vaquero took advantage of the moment, hit her head, but then try to go for a suplex, which she was about to hit maneuver, but this is where we got Julia and then try to join her with her. This is where they try to go for a double suplex, only for Jordan Grace that carries both women into like a sideways version of the electric chair, which I don't know how the Juggernaut could do this. Like, I don't know how she could pick up two women, like, even though they're like athletic, but I bet they're everything but easy to carry. Like, yeah, this is where then we got Jada Parker hit the double blockbuster neck buster, like while Jordan Grace hit them down below. Yeah, this is where then we got This is where we got Jordan Grace trying to take advantage of the moment, trying to pin each and every one of her opponents, but they all three kicked out in a row. This is where we got Jordan Grace trying to go for a pump handle maneuver. This is where then what's her name? Stephanie Vaquero goes for the elbow to the face. This is where we got Stephanie Vaquero then pushing her right off from the Wilbur, trying to go for that triangle facebuster Majiki maneuver, only for Jordan Grace to pick her right up. That's where she tried to go for like an electric chair, but this is where she turned into like a Dream Valley driver, like slamming her right to the middle of the ring, like just got from the left to the right side doing so. This is where then she ducks out of a clothesline from Julia, but Julia tried to go for what they call a guillotine, only for her to pick her up into like a suplex position, then turn into a jackhammer. But this is where then she turned around with Jada Parker, like with trying to go for clothesline. She nearly got German suplex, however. This is where then she throws Jada right underneath the arm, the right arm, I should say, of Julia. Like if you trying to make her go for a hip suplex, which she did a combo of that along with a German suplex from the Juggernaut herself. This is where we got what's her name? Edward got what's her name? Jordan Grace trying to go for a pin, only for Stephanie Vaquero. Ends up going to go for go for a pin, but this is where we got this is where then we got Jordan Grace that ends up spearing what's his name, Stephanie Vaquero right into the bottom right side until they saw Julia. This is where Julia then tried to go for knee. This is where she dodged out of the way. She ends up hitting Stephanie Vaquero. This is where we got Julia to hit the flying head scissors. This is where we got a missile drop kick, big drop kick by Julia. This is where Julia was like, yeah, like that's why it's time to shine to get the chip. This is where then she went face to face with a girl that she has a lot of history with, like in both in Japan and now in WWE. Like, this is where then Stephanie Vaquero, having forgotten what Julia did a couple weeks ago when she made her shocking return in NXT, like with her like injury was nothing but a minor one. This is where then they start going fisting right into each other, where the fit. And this is where we got a mixture of cheers and boos to both women, where everybody was like, "Yay, boo! Boo, yay!" And this is where we can hear it like just. And this is where then they start hitting headbutts and then some punches. This is where we got Julia to beat one what's her name over like Stephanie Vaquer when she did the like in this wrestling tennis the mini game, like by hitting these repeated headbutts. Then she tried to go for that sideways power slam, but this is where we got Stephanie Vaquer then counters, hit some punches, knees in the midsection, snapmares her right into the middle of the ring. Then she got her right into a triangle choke position. This is where then she tried to go fix. But this is where she was double cursed. Like even though the last person she tried to do it to was Jordan Grace, but still don't matter, still cursed, no matter who you're doing it to. Like what move, if it doesn't work whatsoever, then that makes you double cursed. You got double whammied. Like well, Stephanie at this case. This is where we got this is what she tied up what's her name's legs, Stephanie Vaquer. Then stomp her face first right onto the canvas, where she would probably gotten away with it and win back her NXT Women's Champion if it wasn't for the meddling juggernaut. But this is where we got Jada Parker hit a what's it called blockbuster neck break. This is where she demanded Julia to get up like so she could hit her version of a Samoan drop, which she calls it probably just the mixed drop, considering her race. But anyway, this is where she ducks. This is where she goes for the slams her back like boom. And this is where we got Jada Parker. Then since what's her name? Grab onto Jordan Grace. This is where she got her halfway onto the middle ropes, like into the top turnbuckle. This is where we got Julia, then ends up trying to go for a crossbody, only for her to put her right on top as well. This is where then she did like a double stacked like bum drop or whatever, or maybe even triple, or no. Because I think she even threw Stephanie Vaquer when she tried to come in and attack her. This is where then this is where the Jada Parker then did for the springboard and drops all three women at once. Yeah, this is where then she's like, yeah, like that's how I get it done. But it's where she tried to pin the champ, but she still was not going to take a 3 for an answer. As a matter of fact, it was 2.4. Yeah. That's where we got. What's her name? Jada Parker trying to go for a leg lock maneuver. But anyway, it's like getting. And like what they got like a little peek by Julia. This is where Stephanie Vaquer got trying to go for this little head block like Majiggy, like this bridge, like trying to hit her like with like a neck breaker position, like but her bridged into her back. This is where they were doing double if not triple submissions on one another. This is where then both Corey Graves and Vic Joseph and Booker T was wondering who was going to tap out. This is where somehow they got free until like what's her name? Until Jada Parker slams Julia right into Jordan Grace's back. But this is where like once all women got back up, this is where we got Stephanie Vaquer starting strikes, including hitting a very memorable super kick spot on the Jordan Grace. Then hit the double meteor to the face, which I was like, I think the girl that beaten you twice does it better. But this is where she did the same with the what's her name too. First she did the Jada, and then second time was the Jordan Grace that was sitting diagonal from Jada, and despite what I just said, she didn't care. She thinks she does it really great, despite losing to the person that basically is the inventor of the meteor. But this is where then we got Julia goes for a boot right into the face of Vaquer. This is where Vaquer grab onto her leg. Goes for a snap. What's that? That snap dragon screw. This is where you got to go for a pin, only for Julia to kick out at 2.8. This is where then Stephanie Vaquer, like, you got to be kidding me. And then this is where then, like, she must have said under her breath, that is, of course. This is where you got Stephanie Vaquer, the snapmares Julia. This is where she goes for a triangle choke. Then start hitting the punch. Then she finally got the third time the charm. She must have found the lucky 4-leaf clover of luck to do that maneuver by hitting her face first, like about probably 67 times, metaphorically. This was go for snapmare. This is where the Grand Slam was good, like because she did to Jada Parker. She did it around like 65 times. Then like we got. And then this is where Jordan Grace tried to go over and attack, but she ends up suplexing the former TNA Knockouts Women's Champion. This is where Stephanie Vaquer like, okay, who wants to see me do it a quintuplet time? And this is where the fans are like, what are you doing? And this is where she started dribbling her head, right? This is where This is where the Booker T started saying, when the fans started doing it with all that fire, like with these fire stumps, like written on Jordan's face. This is where Booker T was so excited for whatever reasons. Like, I'm probably not gonna reveal, like, which that's probably for the best. But this is where it's like, oh yeah, him and the homeless man and the hurricane was definitely liking that. Maybe I don't know what's the reason why for that. I don't understand why the homeless man hurricane likes it. But Booker T probably likes it because he probably wants her to defeat a certain female wrestler that he does not like. But the thing is, she beaten Stephanie those 2 times. But this is where then we got Julia that ends up going for a knee strike onto Stephanie Vaquer. This is where Vaquer then roll right to the left side. This is where then we got a back fist by Jordan Grace. This is where Jordan Grace try to go for the Big Mama Pump Handle Slam. Like, this is where she got to go for the slam, but this is where only for Jada Parker hit the Hypnotic, throwing Jordan Grace right into the what's it called, the ring post. This is where Jada Parker tried to hit her finisher with the revolves of Firewoman's Kick, only for Julia to go for a surprise roll, which she nearly got 3 at 2.9999999. Don't mind your point away from being 3. But this is where we got Jada Parker picks her up. This is where she goes for a super face plant maneuver, whatever you call it. This is where she hits the Hypnotic onto to Julia, only for Stephanie Vaquer got up in the top rope on the left side, which I don't know how Jada Parker and kayfabe not see that. This is where then we got Stephanie hits a moonsault right onto the Jada Parker. Then like she hits that double underhook backbreaker maneuver that she does, like, or the package backbreaker maneuver. Even though she had trouble doing that first, but she ends up readjusting it, getting the 1, 2, 3 before neither Julia or Jordan Grace will get in there to stop the count. Winner and still your NXT Women's Champion, Stephanie Vaquer. And yeah, it was a very excellent match, which is definitely going to be on the bandwagon of Grand Slam silver trophies of the night, which I got 4 of them right here for all these matches that deserved it. And they're all involved championships, whether it was the tag team, North American, women's North American, and the women's championship. But yeah, what are your thoughts on this match? Do you think this should have gotten the Golden Trophy, even tying with the men's, or do you think this is perfectly on that level of the second place spot? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. But what I do know is that it's probably going to lead up into Julia and her like battling like in some type of rematch, like in a future event for NXT, which I'm gonna get into in just a moment. Like, or not, I'm getting in just a moment. But yeah, this is where they showed like they kind of showed this a sign of Julia like giving a little glimpse, like a certain glance, like of like on what's to come. Like maybe we could see the Pretty Madness, like yeah, the Pretty Madness, like what's it called? Like we can see her being in battle with Stephanie Vaquer in some capacity. And I want to ask you this question: like, do you want to see like Julia versus Stephanie, like at any next upcoming NXTs in the next few weeks, or do you think it should be at the next pay-per-view, which could likely be Battleground? Because they normally for the last 2-3 years, like they've been doing Battleground pay-per-views just like the like a month or 2 after NXT Stand and Deliver. But next up, we got but either way, I hope that they do to follow this up with, like, because it just gets more and more interesting and more entertaining. Like when we see these 2 international ladies battle over for this championship, like, or even any championship in that matter. Like with me seeing a couple of the highlights when they were fighting for that belt, that women's championship that's covered in purple, that a certain wrestler that beat Stephanie for that title still holding on to, which I'm not going to get into at this time, but let me know down in the comment section right down below about this. Are you enjoying the pretty hot mess and the Dark Angel in this rivalry? And do you want to be in this feud for a little while? Which you damn sure that SNA is liking this. Like, which I wouldn't be mentioning this, obviously, of course. But it's where we get the matches where we got Obafemi was on a roll, like of taking down both Trick Williams and Javon Evans. This is where he gets the axe handle on the back of what's his name after bringing down the former NXT champ. It's where he got to grab on the young OG, but it's where he tried to hit the dropkick on the Nigerian ruler, which it was a help from Trick Williams of pulling down the ropes and flipping them over. This where there was Trick Williams and Javon Evans, which Trick Williams thinks that Javon Evans don't belong in this match. But this where even Corey Graves said, "You damn right, you damn sure he is that do belong into this match." Like yeah, they both earned it. But the only thing that Trick Williams should be worried about is winning the championship, which that's a good point from Corey Graves, even though I do make fun of the commentator through time to time. But they do have a point. But this is where we got what's name flip right out of a back suplex by Trick Williams. This is where he tried to sweep his legs, but this is where somehow wasn't Trick Williams amazingly did a backflip dodge. Yeah, I know. I'm almost done. Yes, Trey, I'm getting your ice cream. But anyways, this is where we got Trick Williams took off his. This is where then he tried to go for clothesline. This is where only for Javon Evans go for a springboard leg drop into a roll up, but only Trick Williams to kick out of a near fall at 2.8. But this is where Javon Evans the counter out of his version of the bookend. This is where then he hits an arm jack, which he made the Trick Williams to fall down the open finish. This is why he shouldn't be. That's why you gotta be careful. This is where we got what's his name? Javon Evans go for a backslide. This is where we got an uppercut. He nearly fell on his slide. I was hanging on the slide. I don't understand why you acting like this. As what I was saying, it's where we got Trick Williams that ends up going for a pop up forearm strike. This is where he goes to the left side. This is where they try to go. This is where he tried to go for a pump boot right onto Javon Evans, but he was thinking the same thing. They end up knocking each other down to the ground. Like, yeah, you know how it is. Like when there's effect of somebody trying to hit the same move, they all fall down. Like if they're playing the game of Ring the Rosie. But this is where then we got Trick Williams try to go over the clothesline, only for Javon Evans go for a roundhouse kick right into the midsection. This is where then we try to go for a double underhook, only for the leader of the Whoop That Era to try to go for an Alabama Slam until Obafemi picks up both men and hit like a double fireman's carry with both men on the opposite side, hitting like a double cutter onto each other with them grabbing onto the ropes like, yeah, that's where everybody can, even one fan stand up on his seat, like must be an Obafemi fan, like love the work that Obafemi just did, like with this double Nigerian drop maneuver of some shape or form. This is where he goes for like a fallaway slam position. This is where he pushes Javon Evans right into the Trick Williams. This is where he goes for a shoulder breaker maneuver. This is where he throws Javon Evans back in outside. This is where he tried to collect Trick Williams to try to pick him up to try to go for the F10 maneuver, which I believe that's the second finisher next to the pop-up powerbomb. Is where he tried to go. This is where he picks him up into like a gorilla press, however. But this is where he had a better idea. He hits a knee drop instead. Then he tried to go for a pin, but this is where Trick Williams ends up kicking out of it at 2.6. But yeah, this is where we got that's where they start playing wrestling tennis when Obafemi started kind of playing around with the former NXT champion. That's where then he let him know that he's nothing to play with and he should be nothing to sleep on. Like this is where then he started in the right hand. This is where he goes to the right corner slide. This is where he goes for a clothesline. Then like he's like, okay, that's not convincing enough. This is where he tries to go for another one, but this is where he ends up getting clotheslined by the Nigerian ruler, like which made him go right into the bottom right corner side. Then we got Von Evans going up to the bottom left side of the corner. This is where he goes for a springboard cross clothesline, like if he's CM Punk. This is where then Javon Evans This where that this where he let Oba know that it's the fourth time he jumped him, like when he hit the like a springboard crossbody. But this where we got Trick Williams and close on him, saying like, "Why did you shut your young ass up?" And this where he's like, "Let me like take care of the rest of the job." This is where he picks him up, put him in the fireman's carriage. This is where we got this is where we got Trick Williams hits this Falcon Arrow-esque maneuver, whatever you want to put it. This is where we got this is where we got Obafemi that ends up going for a power bomb. Then he goes for an uppercut right onto Obafemi. This is where we got Trick Williams got what's his name Oba into a corner. This is where he hits the right hands with the fans that are counting along with the former champ. This is where we got Obafemi somehow got underneath him into a sunset foot position. Then he got Javon Evans and go up in the top rope in that exact same corner in the upper left side, try to go for a closeout. Over Trick Williams, the Hurricane Rana, which I don't think I ever seen Trick hit a Hurricane Rana before in WWE, especially on NXT. This is where then we got him trying to go for a pin, but he get denied with a kick out 2.3. This is where he go for a back-legged kick, like if he's his version of Booker T. This is where he did another one, which I'm surprised Booker T wasn't so excited about like he normally is. This is where he hit the flapjack onto Javon Evans. This is where he tried to go for a pin. This is where he got a 1-2, but this is where he got the shoulders up at 2 point. What was it like 7? But this is where then we got the whoop that arrow leader, then try to go for the Nigerian ruler, only for Oba to chop him right into the right side of his chest. This is where you're like man, like I really just do that. Like even though like I was hoping that it did leave some type of effect for Trick to give me to do me favors of retaining very more easier. But this is where then he puts him right in the top rope. This is where he nearly felt bad about what he did to Trick Williams, because he's not a guy that he hates. It's just the guy that's trying to prove a point that he's trying to let everybody know that he's a much better champion. But this is where we got Javon Evans trying to go for a super kick. This is where then Obafemi hold on to the leg, but this is where he gets hit with it's a geary kick. This is where then he try to go for a right hand, but this is where Javon Evans hit a right hand of his own. Then Trick Williams hit a back slamming maneuver, whatever Majiggy call it, but this is where Trick Williams and try to have Obafemi right where this is where Javon Evans and Trick Williams are. This is where Trick Williams, it's like that. Like you're gonna be like that. This is where Trick Williams try to go for what's it called, a trick shot. But this is where we got. This is where Javon Evans try to go for a springboard maneuver with them look like if they're in some kind of wrestling western. This is where like boom. This is where he chopped right. This is where this is where he dropped Evans. This is where he tried to go for a pin. Maybe he got away with it. It wasn't for the meddling ruler. But this is where then Obafemi's like, yeah, it was pretty impressive, but you still are short. Thanks to courtesy to the ruler of NXT. And this is where he puts him right up in the top rope. This is where he tried to go for an avalanche maneuver right in the exact same corner that he was trying to do earlier. But this is where Javon Evans flips him right over like if he just won the Royal Rumble. This is where the Javon Evans tried to replace his spot of trying to go for like some type of avalanche maneuver, whether it's a suplex or a Hurricane Rana. But this is where Trick Williams pushes him right to the left side, but he ends up into gearing Trick. This is where Obafemi tried to go for a buckle bomb right onto the young OG, but onto the harsh part ring the apron. But he started hitting some right hands, which was perfect for his advantage to hit a sliding, scathing Hurricane Rana face first into that exact same spot. Trick Williams then ends up going for a crossbody on both men. Like once they were right into that corner, is where we got Javon Evans in a moonsault on the Trick Williams, which when Trick Williams tried to throw Javon Evans in the ring, which he to make this shocking, like into the matter, that he hit a moonsault right off the bottom ropes of the left side and to the outside. And I was like, did he really just do that? Like, I don't think not even Rey Mysterio could even manage to pull that off. Or name anybody more athletic that does springboard moonsaults maneuvers. Just name them. Like they couldn't probably even do what Javon Evans did. I guess why there's a good reason why they call him the bouncy young OG. But this is where then we got. This is where then he then start flopping more around in the ring. Like once he got in the ring, this is where then he hits a rolling flip, double foot stomp, which something I'll never see anybody could do. Not even that Swiss guy over the other company, or even Finn Balor could do. Like if they even tried to do a maneuver like that, even despite they have their own type of version of athleticism. This is where fans start chanting. This is awesome, like showing their satisfaction of the match. But I give this match probably 5 stars alone. And yeah, this is getting the golden trophy on top of that. That's where we got then we got Obafemi to toss the Javon Evans like if he's the most less important guy in the match. This is where then he started going at it with Trick Williams, and they start going fits like strike. When this is where then we got fans are cheering for Trick like yay, and everybody was like whoo, not booing him because yeah, he's more of a like a babyface tweener like that will fight anybody. But yeah, like with the honor. But this is where we got Javon Evans going for the cannonball right onto the Trick Williams and Obafemi. This is where we got what Javon Evans tried to go over a pin onto Trick Williams, but this is where he only got a 2.8 count. While the same with Obafemi when every time when Javon Evans did to him as well. This is where we got. This is where Trick Williams like that's how I get it done with him making fun of Javon Evans by body slamming the Nigerian ruler. This is where like, and that's how I get it done, bro. And then this is where the Javon Evans took offense to that. He was like, this is where he tried to go for like a running DDT that looked like a tornado, but this is where we got Trick Williams in a European uppercut, not a European, normal uppercut. He uppercutted him right when he put him in the upper right corner's top turnbuckle. They try to go for an avalanche maneuver, only for Obafemi to grab onto him. This is where he put him on the shoulders. This is where he basically just try to go for like an electric chair position. This is where then he try to go for a. This is where we got Trick Williams to spike that happened. This is where he goes for a suplex. This is where it ends up like suplex. This is where Trick Williams still suplexing Javon Evans, which Javon Evans showed that like a champ. Like you like, my spine. Like if somebody just cracking into two, like how Bane did on Batman on the Dark Knight Rise film, like where he just slammed him backwards with his knee and just cracked it into two. It looked like the way that he couldn't even walk for the next six weeks. But this is where fans are chanting "Fight Forever," which that sounds very familiar, like from another company's video game. That is that your boy SNA also plays. Like, but it's where we got Obafemi then going for battles with Trick Williams, like hitting some strikes on to each other. This is where we got Javon Evans then hits a flying right hand, like if it's a Superman punch, his version at least. This is where we got Obafemi then boots right back. This is where then we got Trick Williams then try to go for an attack, but this is where we got what's his name? Javon Evans then tried to go first, but this is where he gets his leg got caught by the former champ. He slams it right to Oba's face. This is where then he hits an uppercut. This is where yet again, which he is like doing so far. But this is where we got Obafemi try to pick him up, try to go for an F10, only for Javon Evans to intercept and super kicked him. And this is where it helped Trick Williams hit a back to belly suplex, but only for Oba to get right back up, right, which I don't know how he did. So this is where they try to go for, but it ended up getting both double pop-up spine buster by the ruler. This is where then Obafemi like you cannot obliterate or what they call conquer the ruler. And this way it's a back elbow right to the face. This is where he went right back in the bottom left side. Hits another elbow strike right to the face. This is where he goes right again. This is where Trick Williams hit a big cartwheel spinning kick. Or boot, I should say. He would have probably gotten away with it and probably won back his NXT title if it wasn't for the meddling young OG, right, going for the surprise roll-up. But this is where we got Trick Williams then try to throw Javon Evans to the left side, but he springboard rebounds flip and then hits an instant insecurity. Looked like a head duck out. Tuck out and tuck back in version of your boy SNA's springboard step up into Giri, which I need to show you while I play in Super Ninja Austin on the WWE video games. But this is where we got the young OG going up right up on the top rope. Then he tried to go for the frog splash, which he ends up doing onto the reigning defending NXT champion. This is where the referee can even hit two at 1.1. Obafemi caught him with one arm. This is where he tried to go for the choke slam, turn to a pop-up power. But this is where it looks like that he was trying to go for a choke slam because we got Javon Evans intercepted into a cutter, a bouncy cutter out of nowhere. Like if he's like one of his idols, which is Randy Orton, of course. But yeah, this is where he ends up doing that. It kind of reminds me back in 2005 at WrestleMania 21. Like where the Undertaker tried to go for a chokeslam on the Randy Orton, but Randy Orton countered it into an RKO, like boom, like it looked like 20 years ago, back in 2005. Yeah, exactly 20 years from this month, I believe. But yeah, That's very shocking that we saw a very familiar spot like that, which I wouldn't be surprised on the wrestling news. Like everybody's gonna be pointing that out that they made history exactly 2 decades later. With Javon Evans hitting the cutter, this is where he tried to go for a pin. This is where he goes for one, go for two, only for Obafemi to kick out. Like this is where Javon Evans like, what did I have to do to and put him away? This is where he tried to go for the bouncy cutter, which he nearly did. Like when he went to the bottom corner rope, Oba caught him, but this is where he flipped him right up. This is where Javon Evans took advantage of the moment. He hits the sliced bread, and I want to give like that moment that Javon Evans was like Randy Orton, like probably like the moment of the night award, like the Golden Trophy, which I'm going to add here on the SNA podcast, which is going to make its debut here today. And this is where we got Javon Evans going for the pin, but this is where Oba kicks out at 2.8. This is where Javon Evans, okay, no matter, like I'll just go right up the top rope, try to springboard right on the top turnbuckle, but he ends up getting hit with a big old Nigerian uppercut right into the face, just spearing him, just hitting him like if he had a Nigerian spear to knock him out with. This is where we got he tried to go for a pin, but Obafemi ends up getting dragged out by Trick Williams. He meddled with him, but he probably paid the price because he hits him with a spine buster right back first. Then Obafemi didn't try to get back in the ring, but somehow, like, what's his name? Javon Evans pulled a Hogan, even though he probably don't want to be compared by him. Who could blame him? But this is where then he body slammed him, like boom, and this is where Javon Evans got the guaranteed bouncy cutter, which I thought this was gonna be it, where he's gonna finally have his moment, like of getting the 1, 2, 3. But it looked like it when he got a 1, he got a 2, but he only got the last second by Obafemi at just 2.99999999999 mitral point away from being 3. With Trick Williams was just like halfway back in the ring of trying to stop Javon Evans from getting that rub and opportunity. This is where then we got Javon Evans, I believe, went to go try again. This is where then we got. But this is where I believe Trick Williams dragged on the referee. This is where it's like, and it's not your time, little bro. Like it's Trick's time, and this is where this big brother Trick's time. That's what he was saying to Javon. Javon went up and hit a suicide dive on the Trick, knocking him down. This is where the Javon Evans then ends up. This is where he never got hit with a fall from Grace powerbomb, which he immediately kicked counter out of. This is where we got Javon Evans then hit try to go for a crossbody, only for him to get caught with a spine buster by the Nigerian ruler. Then hits him back first with the spine buster. Then we got Obafemi that ends up throwing him right back in that exact same barricade, just breaking right through it. This is where then we got this is where then he kept his eyes on to Trick Williams. This is where Trick Williams then brought him down, like right towards the right side. This is where we got Trick Williams, and Javon Evans are in the ring. I believe Trick Williams at the trick shot only for like when I thought it was gonna be a 3-1 and 2. This is where Obafemi had the medal and dragged the referee from preventing him from counting the count. This is where the referee had to kick. This is where he had to kick him right off and be like, get off of me. This is where he pushed him right off with something that we never thought that a WWE or any other wrestling referee or officials, whatever you want to call, would do to the wrestlers themselves that's trying to attack them. Like it's been very rare that we saw them fall back. And I believe this is going to be added into some type of top 10 or top 20 list from a YouTuber's video, like if I don't do one first. But anyways, this is where we got the referee goes for 1, 2, but this is where we got Obafemi ends up stopping the 3 count before it gets with him meddling for probably like the 3rd time of the night. This is where then Vic Joseph's like, are we gonna get a new champion or is Oba gonna retain? Like, yeah, who's gonna walk out of Sin City as the top prize of NXT? This is where we got them hitting some uppercuts of what's called the strikes. Like this is where it's like, yay, boo, going on a wrestling tennis uppercut strike onto each other until Javon Evans goes up in the top ropes onto the bottom corner slide, hits a double bouncy cutter onto both men, knocking both of them down. That's where Javon Evans then went up right towards the top rope. That's where he goes and hit the diving corkscrew maneuver, only for, I believe, he hits the diving corkscrew. This is what I give about to win. Only for Trick Williams, unfortunately, hit the trick shot right onto Javon Evans. Obafemi hits the fall from grace power bomb, like which he got that wasn't guaranteed, by the way. Then Obafemi then caught him, hits the like a generic version of a power bomb, just slams him like if he just did the last ride, like if it was a sit out. He got the 1-2-3, like onto Javon Evans, like just go straight down to the count for the victory and steal your NXT champion. Unfortunately, it's not Javon Evans, it's it's Obafemi, and I said steal. So like if I said that, like it would have been a huge blunder if Javon Evans did dethrone Obafemi, but it was it was the other way around, unfortunately. But yeah, there was a really good fought out fight, like which it definitely deserves 5 stars itself, and it deserved the main event spot of the Stand and Deliver card. Like because this is like like what they say, this is NXT's version of WrestleMania. So yeah. They definitely deserve the spot. Like, and hopefully 3 of these men main event WrestleMania as soon as they get called up to the main roster, which I think that's in their future because they just look the part, I'd say, basically. But let me know in the comment section right down below on what's your opinions about this match. Do you think this gets the golden trophy, or do you think another match does? Or do you think another match should be added along with this triple threat match? But let me know down in the comment section right down below. And I mentioned, I forgot to tell you that Trick Williams did a pretty insanely phenomenal table spot on the Out and Out table with Obafemi, hitting a spin out Uranagi slam onto the ruler, which that was pretty rad as hell. But yeah, that was pretty much your NXT Stand Deliver. Even though a couple of matches, like probably likely 3, like with the women's North American, and the NXT Championship, not how what I predicted, but the tag team, the women's, I mean the what's it called, the number 1 contenders for the women's tag team championship match between the Roxanne Perez, Cora Jade, Meta Girls, Fatal Influence, and Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley. Other than that, the men's North American championship and the men's NXT championship. But everything else, like I said, like most of them, like I got right, like it was like how I predicted. But unfortunately, not everything is not. And that's how WWE can be so tricky sometimes. Like whether if it's me or any other YouTuber that tried to have a perfect prediction, which I didn't really mind if I didn't got it all right, but yeah, it's whatever. Like, but yeah, hopefully that WWE does like continue the feud between Elba and Javon Evans, but probably right after like when Javon Evans take care of Trick Williams, like when like do some kind of an angle like to write off Trick Williams, and then he get called up to the main roster, may even be a lackey of Carmelo Hayes, like but in like in a tag team type of position, like not just like be like just not just an underrated not like an underrated what's it called, like a mid-Carter sidekick. But yeah, I'll say NXT overall that did a phenomenal job. Like whether if I expected to be like one thing or another or not, like they still like had me watching and had me fully invested into every single match and elements of it. Like, and like I'm looking forward to what's going to be happening. Who's like, do you think that we got Tatum Paxley and Gigi Dolan to be the first ever NXT wrestlers to beat somebody in the main roster for the main roster women's tag titles? And what's going to be the next up with these 3 guys in the main event? who is Zarya gonna? I mean, who is Stolwicka gonna have as her next challenger? And do you think it's gonna lead up into a split between her and Zarya? And also, women's champion Stephanie Vaquer and Julia continuing their feud over for that particular championship. And also, we got who else? And who else that was in the match? In matches. Oh yeah, and Ricky Saints, who could be his next challenger as well. What's going to become of what's next for the Dark State and the D'Angelo family, with the D'Angelo family falling apart thanks to Channing Stacks, Lorenzo stabbing Tony D'Angelo right in the back, like when he hit him in the D'Angelo family jewels. Like, oh, like ouch. Hopefully he's already a father and husband, or else he won't be like in the next 14 days, I guess you could say at this point. But besides all that, like, yeah, it's so interesting. I can't wait. What's the follow up on the post show edition of NXT this coming Tuesday? But yeah, let me know in the comments below what y'all think about it. I'll say I give it about perfect 5 stars for NXT Stand and Deliver. Hopefully we'll do the same for tonight's night 1 edition of WrestleMania, and night 2 as well for tomorrow as well. And I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If so, please make sure to hit the big thumbs up button. Also hit the subscribe and the post notification bell for more of SNA's videos. Subscribe on my other channel at SNA Entertainment. Link is in the description box below. Make sure to check out night 1 as well, which we're going to be seeing the likes of main event Jey Uso and taking on Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. Do you think he got this? Do you think the doubters are going to be wrong? Let me know in the comments below about that. We also got women's champion Charlotte Flair taking on Tiffany Stratton. We're going to be talking about that later on in the nighttime. Once it goes off the air, which it's going to be in the next few hours, of course. But yeah, we're going to be talking about that very, very soon. And also main event match, which I'm waiting. This is probably my favorite one that's going to be of the night. CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, in a triple threat match for CM Punk's first ever main event WrestleMania match. And who do you think Paul Heyman's going to side with, in order for them to win, in a win, or maybe even just side with them genuinely, whether if they win or lose, as their wise man, and as them being the Paul Heyman guy. Let me know in the comment section right down below as well. I will see you guys as soon as night 1's WrestleMania ends. Happy early Easter, and a happy WrestleMania to you all. Yeah, it's so exciting. I cannot wait. Yeah, and I'll see you there with some more SNA content. Until you meet again, Super Ninja Austin out of here. Bye-bye. See you then. And have a miraculous Saturday.